They need to buy recharge card daily or make calls. They need to wash. They need to brush their teeth. They need to polish their shoe. They need to sleep. They need to drink water. In fact, some need to eat shawarma. Some cannot do away with Domino Plaza. Sorry. So there are needs. Everyone here seated has a need. That is huge opportunity. We have needs at different seconds, different minutes, different times. To have a business plan to say, hey, this is crowd. I can make huge opportunity. You don't need all of that. Take yourself as an example, and I'll start from there. The first thing you must understand for you to take opportunity is to understand who you are. Understanding yourself is very key. Now, if you take yourself as an example, as a case study, whatever you need, someone else will need that stuff. Whatever will make you comfortable in life, everyone else around you will need that. In fact, everyone else will need multiple of what you will need to sustain. Because suppose you are the kind of person that want to be very quiet, you just want to take it easy, want to take it calm, you are not unnecessarily loud. And so it means that if you take yourself as a case study, you will have multiple of people that will need times 10 of what you need and what you require. Now, so when you understand yourself, then you will also be able to know to what extent you can go, the kind of woman being you, your temperament. Why am I saying this? Not every kind of business you can venture into based on your temperament. Kofi said something about perseverance and said something about persistence. Not everybody can persevere. Now, the truth you must understand, and the whole lot of definition about entrepreneur. I published a magazine called Business Social Magazine, and the reason why I started that magazine was because I saw a need, I saw a gap, I saw an opportunity. That many businesses in Nigeria are dead, many are dying, many will die. I have a great grandfather who was doing a business. I never see that business when I came to life. My father was in a business. I don't know what business he was doing because there was no business again. Now, I don't want to leave this parent heart. Remember, I told you I'm the CEO of 5 businesses, and my children will not be able to have at least some of those businesses still alive when I'm gone. What does that mean? There are huge problems with us continuity with our businesses. I can always say to people, Nigeria is over 100 years in its establishment or formation, but it's just 50 years plus in independence. There are businesses that should be ordinarily over 100 years in Nigeria. If you count, there are Nigeria indigenous business that are over 100 years. Even if you take 50 years, for example, you probably not be able to count up to 20 or 50. What has happened? Why? So, an entrepreneur was to start with somewhere that is ready to take risk. The definition of an entrepreneur is willingness to take risk to harness opportunity. If you are not someone that can take, when you understand your temperament, that's what I'm trying to define to you. If you are not the kind of person that can take risk, if I say I want to take risk from here to jump down, and I say, who is ready to put down their money and say, hey, this guy will die, I don't want to put down my money. Oh, this guy cannot jump, this guy can jump. That's where it starts from. And by the time I'm able to jump, whoever has said I can jump, make more money. Who said that I cannot put my money? The money stay with you. So your money really will not have any value, even if you have the money to start with. If you cannot put it in any risky venture. So you must understand your temperament. You must understand who you are, really are. You must understand that. Because why? Even if you start cooking chin-chin like you said, and you are afraid if I finish this chin-chin, who will buy it? Hey, this chin-chin, they buy it. You're taking a risk. So if you cannot take risk, then you cannot take opportunity. For everyone, okay, I'm not sure if you are familiar with the story of Richard Branson, the owner of Virgin Atlantic. Some few years, last year or so, there's a jet or something that he built and then went to the, what do you call it, space and then crashed. And he said it was over $100 billion, said we have learned something. And that can be the entire saving of a nation. Crash! Say we have taken the risk, we have learned something, we are going to do it again. Now, you don't need to have that volume of money for you to be called an entrepreneur. What we are saying is that if somebody needs money as to buy bottles of water, hides it there and says, since they are going to have a program here, people will need water, and I think I can sell 2 cartons. If you buy a carton at 5 naira, you have 12 in a carton, and by the time you are going to finish selling 2 cartons, you have made 1,200 naira, you have made 200 naira. As somebody done that, that is such opportunity. Now, if nobody will buy from you, what then happens to your product? It's not waste. You go and keep it. You have to be able to take risk to see or take advantage of opportunity. So I said to you, understand yourself. That's number one. Quickly, understand your environment, your terrain. I just want to describe that this is a school. And so we have people here that are basically here. The primary objective is to acquire knowledge, to acquire information. But everybody here has a need. And so your environment is academic environment. However, you have people that are working here to earn their daily livings. Now, so you must understand your environment. Now, when you understand your environment, you understand the culture, the behavioral pattern of people, the lifestyle of people. What are the things that easily, that people attract people? What are the problems that can face people on a daily basis? Those are opportunities you want to solve. Now, let me say this to you quickly. The only and the best opportunity you can ever see or look for is trying to provide solution. For you to be an entrepreneur, then you must be a solution provider. If you are looking to maximize your money, or multiply your money, or multiply your investment, you will miss it. But if you are willing to solve a problem, and then you make more money. For every amount of problem you solve, you are making money. That's opportunity. When I wake up in the morning, I want to polish my shoe. Because, okay, now when I say you need to understand your environment, let me quickly say this. Only God will say, this guy is sexy. Now, that environment, if I'm looking for a shoemaker, I'm deceiving myself. Is that not? If I'm looking for somebody to polish my shoe, if I have to at all, I probably have to do it in my room. But here, even right here on this campus, you must shine your shoe. You must polish your shoe. You must wash your sneakers. If all you want to do to make money, and let me say this to you, in the bid to make money, you must look like a stupid man that doesn't have ego, that doesn't have some form of pride, so to say. If I approach you in your hostel and say, can I have your sneakers, can I have your canvas to wash? And I'm washing about 20 canvas at maybe 15 naira per day. If you like coming here, the fact is that I'm making money. Before you know it, I'll buy a car like Kofi. Before you know it, I'll be right from the gate and you ask me to, please, can you help me to access bank? So you must see opportunity and lower your ego to make money. When you have people, now I said understand yourself, understand the terrain. And then the next one is, then you need to probably up your skill. Perhaps, let me say, your passion. I always say to people, your passion can help you start a business, but it cannot sustain the business. But whatever passion you have, or whatever you have passion for, can form an opportunity for you to make money. Because your passion will end up solving a problem. And if your passion is solving a problem, then your passion will ordinarily or eventually bring money. The essence of looking for opportunity ultimately is to make money. But if your motive of trying to make money, of trying to go into business or becoming an entrepreneur is to make money, then you will lose your money along the way. But let your main objective again be to be a solution provider. I will quickly say this to us even as a roundup. When I was in school, I was writing my professional exams and I was having a tough time because I was reading so many books, going to the library, doing research, because I was writing my professional exam as an undergraduate. And in the course of trying to do that and achieve that, I studied marketing, so I wanted to qualify for Federal Institute of Marketing, both London and Nigeria. And so in the course of doing that, I was struggling for a particular book. I want a book that can give me easy definition of some terminologies. So the moment I've read my books, I want to be able to pick, when you say differentiation in marketing, I just want to pick something that can quickly remind me of the subtle definition. I couldn't lay my hand on any. I searched even online, I couldn't. Then I said, that's nice. What if I come up with one? Now I qualified before writing my final semester examination. I became a chartered marketer. Not only that, the interesting thing was that I wrote a book that I started selling to my colleagues in class. So I became an entrepreneur and started making money. Because I was going to solve a problem for myself and eventually solving problems for others. So in life, opportunity is when you are able to solve a problem for yourself and other people. It's not when you are able to take advantage of others. Most people in business feel taking advantage of others will make them a big man. It's not. And that is why our environment, we are still battling with a whole lot of problems because people are only taking advantage and not solving problems. Now, I will take the one that is very close to us, the electricity. The people that... Okay, that's fine. If the person beside you sweating, what do you think would have been the first thing for you to do for that person? Is anybody saying an handkerchief there? Alright, so I want to leave you with this. There is opportunity everywhere. In recent times, I got to know that getting Nigerian visa is more tougher than Nigerians trying to get American visa from Nigeria. Yet, to blame the government, and we have refused to solve the problem that is around us. So many years back, I was working as a cleaner. I tell people this story, they don't believe it. And I was working in a factory where I had to wash, wash toilet. So to say. But today, I learned a lot of things during that process. I learned a lot of chemicals, a lot of how to work on these things. Today, I have a cleaning services that have employed over 200 staff. Same opportunity. So if you must take opportunity, the last one is that you must learn. Work for free. Pay the price to learn that skill, even if you are going to work for free. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you at the top. Thank you.
Let's be on our feet and appreciate it. The non-stop, the sagacity, the big English. But the things that make things happen, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Microsoft Office, the cloud, you know it. So it becomes useless when you cannot transform those things into efficiency. And that is why the youth and the usefulness in you, which is the talent, comes to play. My sister here stumbled upon greatness. She did what most ladies would do. And people started patronizing her, and she never faltered. Why? She has those things in her, and she was able to grab it. Some people will stumble upon greatness and they will still misbehave and lose it. Maradona became the greatest player at very tender age. He messed it up. How many of us know who we call Essence? Sorry, I'm driving on too far. I'm just 18. Don't mind my history capacity. The youth of a nation are the trustees of posterity. Do you understand what that means? If you fail, Nigeria fails. If you fail, Nigeria fails. Believe me. Buhari will not famous, or Sibajo cannot famous. Do you know why? They don't have what it takes. They are not even going to be part of that future that we want to build.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. Good afternoon.
It's so cute.
Thank you, and you too. I'll take you away.
So what are you to say? What do you do? The profession?
Okay, yeah, I'm into many things. I call myself a serial entrepreneur. I'm a publisher of a business quotient magazine, and I also have a consultancy firm, HR consultancy firm, where we do business processing, human resources, general services, with recruitment, training, and outsourcing. And I also have a business that's into cleaning services, professional cleaning services.
Okay, that makes sense. So what do you have to say about Self-Made CEO Summit 1.0?
Yeah, I think it's a very good initiative. I wish when I was in school there was such opportunity. Probably I would be a better CEO today. I probably have started a lot of more businesses earlier in my life. So I think it's a very good idea, and I think it needs to be replicated in all the tertiary institutions. The consciousness has to come. The truth is this. Like I always say to people, the greatest economy of the world are built on entrepreneurs, on small businesses. So if we can start early, even with our students, with those on campus, not with the mindset of wanting to acquire certificate, but having the mindset of like, by the time I'm leaving school, I want to be able to start a venture that can contribute to the GDP of the nation. Then you can imagine what will happen in another 10 years. So I think it's a very good idea.
Okay, so what advice for the youth concerning those entrepreneurship?
Yes, I want to congratulate those that are part of it, first edition. I want to say they are very lucky, and I wish them well. And for those that are not part of it, I also want to say to them that it's not late. They should look forward to other ones. And I also want to encourage every youth out there that look, this is a golden opportunity. This is what is needed. There are a lot of opportunities in our nation. We have a lot of people should not be crazy about jobs. People should be crazy about creating jobs. That's what we need. So every youth out there, I challenge you, think within, look within, and then bring out something. You can actually start something.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. So what do you have to say to the organizers of this event?
Yeah, I want to say kudos to them. Congratulations, Rewan and the team. It's a good job. It's a good innovation and idea. On my own part, I'll continue to support you as much as I can. I think in our next edition probably will feature some of this event. We'll report it in our next edition. So if they get across to us.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
And I love the suit.
Thank you so much.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Benjamin.
Okay. What do you do? What's your profession?
Real estate consultant. We help people to grow their investments in the real estate sector.
So what do you have to say about the Self-Made CEO Summit 1.0?
Summits and CEO Summits is a good initiative that has been convened by my friend, really one. Is a very good one, and I believe students will start now thinking outside the box, as in after school, what next? I'm not relying on government paid job, thinking of what to do to become a CEO, what to do to contribute to the society, and what to do to provide solutions to the already needs that people want.
Okay, so how do you think the students can actually achieve their dream of becoming an entrepreneur?
Actually, students need to start by following their passion, because if you anything you have passion for, they say what you think is what you become. So they have to look at the industry, what value they be able to add to the industry, what problem would they be able to solve. I think from then that can really go a long way in initiating an entrepreneurship.
Thank you very much, sir. So what do you have to say to the organizers of this event?
The
Organizers of Self-Made CEO Summit.
Well, it's a great kudos. It's not easy to plan an event, honestly. I think it's a month ago planning coming. It's not really easy. So it's a great kudos to them. Let them keep it up.
Alaja, how do you do?
I'm fine.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
What's your name? Thank you.
Mariam Olatunji.
Okay, what are you into?
Okay, I'm a fashion entrepreneur. I'm into fashion designing and a personal shopper too.
Wow, you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about this Self-Made CEO?
Okay, the event is a good one. Actually, the organizer is my very good friend. Yeah, I must commend him. It makes sense. The event is a very good one, and it's actually a very good platform to showcase people who are doing something and to motivate people who would love to do those things too. Yeah, it's a good program.
The youth or the students can develop their talent and be entrepreneurs.
Okay, firstly, talents. Okay, To develop your talent, you must first identify that talent. So if you want to develop your talent, I think you have to know what you want and be passionate about it. So if you're passionate about something, nothing will stop you from doing that thing. You go extra miles. School won't even stop you. Parents, anything won't stop you. So I advise youth to identify their talent, develop it, and go extra mile. There's no time, actually, but you have to make out time for what you want if you really want it.
Okay, thank you very much, Elijah. So what do you have to say to the organizers?
Okay, the organizers, I would say may God bless them, and I would say they should keep soaring higher, because this is the first one, and I wish them more success. They are going to do better than this next thing.